Yeah, we're not sure what just happened with this whole ordeal. But anyway, like I was saying, so if you choose to gain power, you'll get a ring that either increases your critical hit or your determination. I can't remember which one. Glory is going to increase. What is it?
Maybe like a magic thing?
No, glory is something with gil.
Okay.
It increases like money, like the Imperial from Skyrim. It increases your luck type of thing. It has something to do with the gil. Fortune is going to increase your crafting ability. So it depends. It doesn't really matter if you know whichever one you're going to primarily focus on. But the ring is not worth anything. It's something you'll take off in maybe the next few levels. I just put to gain. I always put to win glory. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's not.
And there is an option to skip the cutscene, guys. If y'all have seen this before and y'all just want to get past it, just hit the circle button, and it will pop up for you. But for the sake of everybody who has not played it, I'm just gonna let these ride. Alright, just remember though, there are more important things than fortune and glory, such as breathing. You also notice the funny thing, the language, the lingo in Limsa Lominsa is so different. They don't pronounce all of their words and shit like that. They instead of putting the G at the end of breathing, they just say breathing. Yeah, they have a certain linguistic. Sound pretty good?
Yeah,
okay.
Sounds pretty good. But like you said, the race doesn't really determine if you get any buffs because you're being a tank.
Yeah, like the races do have certain bonuses to attributes, but man, they are literally meaningless. Like, the race does not matter. I mean, you choose race in this game for mostly aesthetic reasons. So another thing you'll notice, a lot of times the Rogadons they have axes. They're marauders a lot of times.
They're probably like some tank classes then, no?
Yeah, the Rogadon is the tank class. If you're just really like fixed on the min-maxing deal, then the Rogadon is definitely the tank class. Yeah. It is the tank class. It has the stats for the tank class. Yeah. Highest vitality, which is what the tank rolls over.
Okay.
Highest strength is going to be the Hior, which are the Highlander versions. They have the highest strength. So if you're min-maxing, that'll be that for you. Intelligence, I believe it is one of the elves. I'm not sure which one. Dexterity for like bards and so forth. They are the wildwoods, the wood elves.
Yeah.
Limsa Lominsa prides itself on being Eorzea's foremost. YouTube be acting up. It just shut the whole stream down, but you back. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back in this thing, man.
Yeah, we back.
Yeah, we back in here. I restarted it literally as soon as it cut out.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I don't know if you heard what I was saying, but I'm basically just I'm trying to make this into a series from all three perspectives, the Holy Trinity perspective, and yeah, man, it's basically gonna be for anybody who's looking for some tips, anybody looking for some knowledge and stuff like that. Now, the only thing I really don't have that much knowledge on. Anyhow, did you bring Sir Thrust? So Sir Thrust Bow. So I made a character. He was a Lalafell.
My ninja crew all up in here.
Hey, that boy Trevor Lawson, aka Stop Games, throwing up blood. I mean, you gonna get me shot? He's out here playing, man. You know what, Cajun? I'm actually going to bring back Sir Thrust Butthole, and I'm going to do videos with him. They snatched. So if you make a character that's inappropriate name-wise and shit like that, you'll either get reported or they'll see you. They'll snatch you down the balls of hell into this little weird jail cell, and you'll be speaking to a dev. So just don't. But we've seen people like whose names are Cream Pie and I'm Wet. And pussy nigga killer and a whole bunch of other stupid shit, and they still play. They are not being snatched up for any reason at all.
But it's some Japanese people that run this game.
Yeah, this game is, Square Enix is all over this. Yoshi P, they all over this. I mean, I tell you, I got my ass snatched up so fast when I made Sir Thrust Butthole. Okay, champion of the tanked and protector of the spanked. And he was a dragoon. He had a whole rusted spear on his back. He was the motherfucking man. He was all of 3.5 feet tall, but he was the man. And they snatched his ass up and was like, you gotta get rid of him. And I was like, oh, come on, man. There's so many other characters out here with these jacked up ass names. Yes, sir. Protector of the spanked and champion of the tanked.
You doing a tank?
Yes, I'm doing a tank.
The race does not matter.
No.
But we're gonna show them how to be a good tank, especially when you're doing the dungeons when you got to.
Especially when you're doing, like, this is one of those games you don't have to play raids. There are 24-man raids, but they're not hard per se. The hard ones, the challenging ones, is when you get to the final raids, the tough shit. I mean, gear got to be a certain point. You got to know your class. You got to know the mechanics of the raid on top of knowing your job. So I will delve into that, but it won't be for a while. Like I said, this is primarily focused on people getting their feet wet, getting comfortable with the game, getting comfortable with their job. Because this is a game where you can change to any race you want at any point in time. You don't have to start new characters over to make your job or make another race. You just get the class that you got to level 10, and then you get to that particular area of where the other class is that you want to play, and that's how you unlock it. You simply go to that guild.
You should embrace the trial and error.
Yes.
So you
absolutely.
Make the character be like, okay, maybe I don't want it like that.
Yes.
Is there any point in the game where you can kind of change your attributes?
No, because the attributes themselves are already accustomed to the job and class that you're playing.
Okay.
So if you want to play ninja, the ninja job is going to be based off dexterity regardless of which race you have. The thing is, in order for you to increase your dexterity, you must have up-to-date gear.
Right.
And so it's the grind of it is getting gear, getting armor, while at the same time making sure you know what you're doing with your class.
Right.
Because there is a definite difference between two heavily geared ninjas if one doesn't know what the fuck the other one's doing. You can see the difference in damage. We don't have parsers in the game, but there are people in the game that do parse. And a parser is basically when somebody's basically trying to check and see how much damage you do per second. It's not a big thing, but at the same time, it's a big thing in heavy raids where damage is needed. Ninja is probably the most beloved DPS class in the raid game, in the raid community, because of the fact it does good damage and it does good utility. Dragoon is also another one, but classes like the monk has a tad bit of utility, but the samurai right now is the job. It does the highest damage, but it has absolutely no utility. It has no way to help anybody other than itself. And while most people kind of frown upon that, his utility is his damage. He doesn't have to depend on any other class, to get his damage out. He does his own thing. So yeah, Cajun says we used to be able to put points in the attributes, but that's too difficult for some people. And what he means by that is, so we're in the second expansion. We're in Stormblood. Before this, it was Heaven's Ward, and before that, it was a Realm Reborn. Back in the Realm Reborn and halfway through Heaven's Ward points, we had a choice. We could put the attributes into the right stat for our said class, but motherfuckers got stupid. They kept trying to put strength on warriors because they figure, oh well, the more strength I put in my warrior, the more damage I'm going to do. I'll be able to do a lot of DPS. However, this is a tank class. It does not matter how many points you put into strength, unless of course you're a level 60 warrior fighting up against a level 20 DPS class. Obviously at that point
you gotta be able to absorb the attack.
Right. The whole point of a tank is to be able to make sure the enemies are paying attention to you and you only, and to be able to absorb those by holding down cooldowns, using your skills to build aggro and enmity for those enemies. And people just got with the warrior. Now granted, the warrior has the highest attack of all the tanks in the game, and people were wanting to kind of capitalize on that, which is fine, but people have to understand they're a tank. So when all else fails, and at the end of the day, that's what you are. And most cats don't know how to tank. Even with the warrior, they're like, oh, they're all about fail cleaves, which is the biggest warrior move. It's a fail cleave. But at the end of the day, the fail cleave, you will never ever, any tank, it don't matter what gear you got, you will never ever be able to out DPS a DPS. Alright, just like a tank will never, like paladins can heal themselves, warriors can heal themselves, they will never ever be able to out heal a healer. And so I guess that's a good and a bad thing about this game, is that it's still one of the few MMOs that run off Holy Trinity. So, or you know, need that strength on your black mage so you can scathe hard as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows what a black mage is. Everybody knows that black mages don't use strength. The fuck you gonna do? Hit somebody with your staff? You know, that's not a thing. Black mages are in the back somewhere blasting off spells. And so you obviously need intelligence for that. But you got some dumb motherfuckers that like to push shit in dexterity. Oh, my black mage, I can get him to move faster. That's not going to make a difference, bro. Your dexterity is too low for that. Controller scheme. This is for if you're on a mouse or a keyboard. Obviously, want a controller. If you want to take the time at some point to ever look at this, I already know this stuff. I just disable the chat windows, because what happens is, as you go through the game and you run into new stuff, new, you know, help screens will pop up, which is good for somebody who's playing, but I already know what's going on. So don't pay attention when I'm just setting things up. I'm skipping play black. I can't talk.
And for those of you who are watching, I played the tank class when I first played. I was not a good tank. So this is good for me to check out and all that stuff.
Oh, Jamal, what's happening, cousin? Now that is actually my real cousin, Jamal. Okay. That is my real cousin. My real cousin right there. So we out here, man. We out here chilling, man.
So it's good for me to watch this, and for people that want to be a tank class.
Yeah. At the start of what I'm doing, it's good for anybody who want to be a tank. But what I'll do is, even while I'm tanking, because the tank is like the de facto leader in dungeons and in parties. Obviously, ain't no DPS finna start up a fight without a tank if they know they can't handle the boss. So a tank is always a welcomed asset in anything you're doing, whether you in a tank or whether you inside or outside some content. So let me see. Like I said, this is just custom stuff I'm doing. This ain't nothing. You know, y'all can set this up to however y'all want to. I do things I do things a certain way in this game because I already know what I'm doing. And so
20 plus years.
Yeah, he talking about me. He been watching me play games for over 20 years now.
Amazing, that's really good.
Yeah, man.
You know, Mac always doing the anime style. You did the Boro. What is it called?
The Naruto to Boruto. Yeah, I did that one too. Yep.
That was great, man. That was great because like it's crazy how like that game is like open world, but all of a sudden you can just get into like a fight.
Right. It's the craziest thing ever, and I thought it was pretty dope. So, and I'm still getting that, by the way, stream. Y'all stay tuned for that one. I'm gonna get that one, and we gonna have some fun on that. All right.
We straight. Oh, my ninja crew back in the building.
Hey, what's happening? All right, so like I said, man, this is just.
Ninja crew back in the building.
So the starting thing with Final Fantasy 14, regardless of which area you're in, is you're always going to take up these petty missions. I call them petty missions because they don't really attune to nothing. It's an easy thing to do. It's just something to get your experience up, to get you out there in the world. I mean, it's going to be a mission. Missions go from picking up rosebuds to picking up monster shit. Yeah. I mean, you literally do that in this game at some point. So, yeah, basically, these are just side missions, and you can tell a difference just by the look of it. You can tell what does what. Let me see. I'm trying to. Let me get some. All right, so this is the HUD. This is the hot bar. Like I said, I'm just don't worry about nothing I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to edit things.
Dude, it's an $800 phone and it's not even letting me touch the screen.
Oh my God.
There we go. Playboy. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Hey.
Final Fantasy
14, man.
On the
we out here.
Sir Mackleton, Fauntleroy.
The third. Esquire, man.
YouTube.
Yes, sir.
Check that shit out. Check that shit out.
All right, so what I'm doing right here, like I said, I'm just getting my stuff together as far as party. Yeah, the HUD. Getting. All I'm doing right now is setting up the party list, and when we go into 24 mans, these alliance lists. All this stuff is never on the screen at the same time. So what I'm doing, all I'm doing is just making it to where when the team stuff does happen, we'll be able to see it from here. Like, we won't have to look all over the damn screen for it. Let me scroll this down. Alright, there's that. Okay. I don't think I need to do nothing else. Okay. Save that. Oh no, I'm gonna try and do. There we go. Okay, so that's the end of that. All right, let's get going, man. So all we're doing is just running off to go speed. Like I said, all this stuff, it takes you, like I said, any area, any mission, it takes you into a circle. You're basically getting to know your area. It's showing you all the beginnings of things that you will end up doing, having to do later on in game. So this is like the main area of Limsa Lominsa, which is just, like I said, Limsa is a big pirate island. It's a pretty legit place. And this will be the main guy you talk to for a while.
I actually remember this stuff.
Do you? This part?
Yeah, I remember this stuff. Were you in this building?
Yeah. Greetings to you, lad. What'll it be? But ain't you here for a drink, are you? You've come with the mind to try your adventuring? Say, their lingo is stupid. It's crazy. Yeah, so I'm not even going to try that. But basically, he's basically welcoming you to Limsa. He's welcoming you to the city. And he's introducing himself. He's telling you about the area. Like I said, it don't matter which area you're in. There are guilds in every area. It's all about what you pick. It depends on what you pick. So in Gridania, you've got the healer, which is the conjurer, the white mages guild, the lancer that turns into the dragoon. You have the archer. You the lancer? Yeah, lancers. A lot of beginners choose lancer because number one, it just looks badass. And it always does look badass.
Right. And with the Lancer, you get a little bit of like range.
Yeah, right? You get it. Well, see, that's another thing. Range is not a big thing in this game.
Oh, okay.
You know, those type of things in this game are not a thing. It applies to obviously like archers and people that hit you from afar. But in this game, if you're a physical DPS that's not range, you still have to go in the fight.
Right.
You're still going to have to know how to dodge. You're still going to have to know how to do the mechanics. And so that part of it, that part doesn't apply. It's not that tactical, which is why this is often recommended to people who want to get into RPG MMOs, because nothing is terribly hard about it. It's very easy to pick up. There's plenty of room for error. If you mess up there, you can almost always start anything over. Hell, even your character. But it's not that big of a deal, because once you get to level 10, you can choose anything you want.
Right.
Whether you decide you want to go crafting, you want to go gathering, if you want to stay a disciple of war, it doesn't matter. You do it all on one character. And so with that, it makes it a lot easier to deal with. But you also don't want to spread yourself thin and go doing a bunch of stuff at the same time. You know, kind of focus on one area. If you want to be a disciple of war, kind of stick to the classes and the jobs that are disciple of war. If you want to craft, go ahead and craft. You know, stick to crafting, because crafting in the long run is one of the most beneficial things in this game, along with gathering, because gathering starts
No, I'm good, man. If y'all got pour ups and you can give me another beer, that's cool. Got you, my man.
Yeah. So the thing about this game is GameStop. You know, GameStop has that circle of life.
Yes.
With their selling, trading.
Yes, sir.
This game kind of operates the same way.
Yeah.
The circle of life in this game is gathering, crafting, disciple of war. You gather the items, you craft said items to become a disciple of war, or you craft said items to sell on the market board. Either way, it saves you a lot of money. Gil is not super important in this game, but if you're that guy who wants to have money and they look like they mean trouble. See, I don't watch these cutscenes like that anymore. And I started in Uda. I started a monk about 4 or 5 years ago. So they look like they want trouble. Fine, upstanding young Jen is what? Me, dear departed grandma's sister, niece's cousin, closest companion.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. The lad wouldn't be caught dead fraternizing with unsavory elements. You tell him, Betaron.
Oh my goodness.
Is that right, huh? You're surely aware of recent kidnappings. Respectfully, then, we cannot be too trusting of outsiders at a time when the loyalty of even our closest friends is in doubt. These dudes is like super country. They're terrible at English. Like, they are strictly all about the Ebonics. And again, we're in Limsa. That's the colors you'll see is yellow and green, and what Betaron wears. You'll see a lot of axe wielders because the Marauders Guild is here. Not a watered down cup of piss like last time, I should hope. Wow. Wow. Ain't got the faintest idea on what you're about, officer. The wench might offer some of the cheapest grog this side of the strait, and I don't know what that is, but that don't mean it won't get you good and pickled. We're kind of pickled. We're a little pickled. And look, there's a chair over there just crying out to be sat on. So kick off them heavy boots. Not heavy, heavy.
He was trying to be cool about the situation. There you go.
It worked.
Yeah.
You have to excuse these eager, bloody yellow jackets. There's been a spat of kidnapping, see, and they ain't got a clue who's behind them. Good old pirate country, yeah, Cage.
There you go.
Damn Libsons, and they ain't got a clue of who's behind them.
Good old pirate country.
Naturally, they take into clapping irons on anyone who looks vaguely suspicious. Sounds like America, doesn't it?
Yeah. Exactly.
Which means venturers, visitors, and pretty much every bugger else in this town. I'm losing brain cells. Don't take it personal though. Us low menzins can be as headstrong, can be an headstrong bunch of bastards. 'Tis true, but given time will grow on you. Now where was I?
Your dude looking a pimp with this permed hair, man.
Bruh, his hair is permed as hell. His hair permed like a beautiful perm. It make a female jealous.
Oh my goodness.
Oh hey, welcome to Limbs of Menza, where the seasons. Okay, you know what? I'm done. I ain't trying to put nobody to sleep with this.
On the watch back or even live, Sir Mac with Tim Funk Leroy
the
doing
third
his thing on the tank class right now.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
Curtis Russell. I'm part of I am the Soul Dojo basically here on YouTube.
Check this man out. Check this
out.
man out.
Check it out. Check it on YouTube. It's called the Soul Dojo, and we're trying to figure out how you can get these guys actually settled into Final Fantasy XIV.
Exactly. That's exactly what we're doing. And so this is literally the wee start of it. I think the most thing that gets people off this game, or before they can even get started, is the monthly subscription. Most people are deterred by the fact they have to pay monthly.
Why are you looking right at me?
You know. They are deterred by the fact they have to pay monthly for this game, especially when they don't understand it. It depends. So the basic coverage, if you're only starting one character, can be as low as $12. It can go up as far as $30 if you got like 4 retainers and 4 and 5 retainers, and you got all these characters.
Yeah.
I pay $13 a month, so I don't miss that. You know, I work. It's not something I miss at all. But you know, nobody wants to pay for a game every month. You know, people's situations are different. However, I can tell y'all this, man. This is my most ongoing game to date. I am 4 years into playing Final Fantasy XIV. I'm still playing it. Like, how
much is the base game though now?
The base game, because the way the game is sold is you get all 3 expansions. Right now it's $50.
Okay.
A lot of times it goes on sale. So a lot of times you may catch it on sale, but like for the most part, it's going to be $50, and that's all the content, including a monthly, a month of playing. So you're paying for all that with this. So really, the game's like $40-ish.
Okay.
You know, it maybe $35.
And then you add on the monthly. But
right.
Do you get the free month? Do you get a free month? Like
Yeah,
first
yeah.
month free?
Once you buy that game, you get that free month.
Sweet,
so
sweet.
It's not something you can cancel at any point, cancel at any time.
You can get like that free month and try out the game.
Yeah.
Even though you spent $40, try out the game.
Yeah. Like, and there are certain things you can't do because you'll be on that free trial.
Yeah.
But see, like right here, this is how you know this is a regular mission. If you look at that close to home, right there, you notice how that mission's kind of got like looks more like a fireball, like a meteor, and this one's not so much. This is how you tell the difference between your main quest and your side quests. Right. Also, there are a such thing as main side quests. They look like this, but the inside, where the exclamation point is, that dark brown, it's blue. And so what that means is that, okay, this is a mission you don't have to do, but it would definitely help you along if you did it.
Yeah.
And so you'll see a lot of those with like your chocobo missions. Alright, so what we did, we just picked up a side mission. When you see like that, that's more of a continuation of one of the missions that you already have activated. So it says to speak with him or this person. And so yeah, this is just basically telling you this is who you speak to. So we're going back down where we started. If y'all notice, we haven't seen many players yet because there's a certain point you have to get to before you can see these players.
I remember that.
All right, so again, like I was saying, you go from picking up flowers to picking up, you know, monster shit. Right now, we
killing motherfuckers.
There's the play. Alcoholified Assassin? Was that his name? Alcohol fueled Asian.
Alcohol fueled
Asian.
And he's I guess he's in a clan called Bane.
Yeah, he's in a clan called Bane, which is a free company. Those would be considered the guilds of this game. You know, where the real players, they start up the actual guilds. We have our own guild actually. Now, with that being said, people, 14 it has its moments where you might run out of stuff that you want to do. Granted, there's always stuff to do, but you may not want to do said thing. And so there are times where you may not want to play as much, you know, and we're kind of in that phase right now of a drought. However, there is an update coming. The next patch is on the 4th, which is 2 days away, and so it's going to bring back a lot of traffic. So this is where, you know, this is the check mark obviously means this is the last point of a certain mission. We're going to give him these herbs we just picked up. So I won't, you know, go too much on the obvious little bitty missions. But right now, this is all we got, and this is just to level you up, to get you familiar with what's going on. And so you want to take all these. There's no reason for you to not take all these. Here, you just give me, lady. Alright, Aetherites. This big giant crystal jewel. This is how you get around the cities. The city is just much too big for you to just be running around the damn city. And so anytime you teleport to different cities and stuff, you'll always be at a big Aetherite like this. You won't, like, there are smaller ones around the city, but this will always be a bigger one. Have you seen like Heaven's Ward, the Stormblood areas and things like that yet?
The Stormblood stuff, I was actually playing way before that.
Wow. So so there wasn't a Heaven's Ward expansion, and
literally, I think the game just came to PS4, and I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I still have it. This is the funny thing. I haven't jumped back in and paid the $12.
Yeah. So what I like to do, one thing I like doing with the people to encourage them to kind of keep playing is I like to kind of jump on one of my main character. Mm-hmm. I kind of show them what's in store for them. Yeah. We obviously look at this dude. Look at this dude over showing out.
Dude over here in the back.
This is black. This is the Dark Knight class, ladies and gentlemen. This class is not available to start at the game, but it is a tank class. He's just out here being cool and cute. Now, when you see this basic ass level 60 armor, 9 times out of 10 he used the jump potion to get to level 60, because anytime you use a jump potion on a tank, you get that exact armor. Now, it's not a bad thing unless you don't know your fucking class. And at that point, if you don't study, then you get out here thinking you the man just because you got this high ass gear on in this level 15 dungeon and you don't know what the fuck you're doing. And then you look like a fucking idiot. And that makes everybody upset. So, but yeah, this is one of the big things I love about this game. It's so many characters. So, like, even now in this drought that we're going through, this is nowhere near as many players that's normally on, but as you can see, it's still quite a decent amount. And I have a free company invite. People send you these all the time. If you're not ready to join one, you don't have to. I don't, because I don't need to. I mean, I already know what's going on. But most free companies are pretty friendly people. They'll help you get through things. But a lot of times, most people don't have time. They won't even waste the time trying to help you out. So, yeah. Market boards. Y'all know what market boards are. Independent jewelers. This is pretty much the market area of Limsa Lominsa. Again, we just running around, taking missions. So eventually, once you get all the missions around the city, it takes you in a circle. You end up back going to Betaron, turning in a lot of stuff like that. And then eventually you go outside the city, and this is where you start to fight, you know, the stuff that's outside the city. And that's where the fun truly begins. And so I'm trying to get us to that point. So, and it doesn't matter whether you're in Ul'dah, you're in Limsa, or you're in Gridania. It's the same concept. You're going to attune to the big giant Aetherite in the city. You're going to go attune to the other Aetherites. You're going to take these small side quest missions, and you'll run around, and as you level up, you'll keep going. Also, let me put that there and take that off. Alright. Again, don't worry about none of them I just did. That is my personal thing. I've been playing a while. I already know what's happening. So you'll see a lot of these. These are just the mini aetherite shards. This is what you use to get, you know, around the city. You want to attune to each and every one of these you see. You can kind of tell the difference. You see how this one kind of lit up once you attune to it. So you know if you run into one that's, you know, not so active, not so lively, you can attune to that one. It doesn't hurt to click on it if you're not sure. You know, nothing will happen if that's the case. So again, I won't go through too much of this. Just running through shit, turning in missions, turning in stuff.
Yeah.
And this is all it is. Now, one of the hardest things about this game is enduring, getting past all this shit, getting to where shit gets good for you, because it's so much. It seems overwhelming at first, but you start to quickly realize it's the same thing everywhere you go. So we just attuned to the Arcanist Guild. I know it's a couple missions in here now. Notice how this one's red. Now, what it's telling you with the key and everything, you obviously need to unlock something. So this is where you would go if you started the game as an Arcanist. This would be open. But since we're not Arcanists and we're Marauders, this isn't open to us right now. But once we get to level 10 and you complete your second class quest, the game unlocks it to where, okay, now you can go be any other class you want to be. You want to take up a different discipline, that unlocks that class. And so, but we're here for this, the start of another mission we picked up. And as y'all can see at the bottom or behind this key item thing, we're building side missions up. You see them all the way down. All we're doing is just completing them all. So she got another mission for us here. So eventually what happens is we'll get to where we've done all the missions in the city. And then the only missions we will have left is to kill off certain monsters outside the city. And that's what we're aiming to do. Alright, so as you remember, we tuned to 3 aetherite, so we can use this aetherite now to get back to the main aetherite.
So in the beginning, you're grabbing as much missions as you can. Yep. Right now.
Hey, because you need these to level up to get to. By the time you come out, you'll be maybe level 4, 3, 4, 5, something like that. Because it doesn't take much. Also, there's another thing. If you look at the top above my mini map, I have a letter that says 20 next to it. Again, I've been playing a long time. And so I have a lot of stuff that even if I start a new character, will always come with me. That's Fantasias, which you use to make, if you're not satisfied with your current race, use that to change it to another one. It's cool little gear and shit like that if you want to go around with cool gear. It's not a big thing. It's not a necessity.
The game basically rewards you if you've been playing a lot with another character.
Yeah, basically. So I have a lot of stuff I'm gonna start with, but I'll get to it. It's not something you have to have. It's just something that helps. You know, if you are starting,
right? Something
to give you here. This is actually this is the Rogues Guild, and you have to get in by talking to this cat. But like I said, we haven't gotten there yet. Yeah. So right now we are doing. We're just giving him a package. See this homie? The homie just came out. I'm pretty sure if I look at him, notice how he's dressed. This is another thing that's cool about this game. Even though, you know, he's dressed totally like he's going to a fucking ball.
Fucking funeral, dog.
Yeah. But he's a weaver. They make those kind of clothes that he's wearing. Weavers make mostly when you want to become. That's another thing. Weavers, blacksmith, armorers, leather workers. I'm a tank, so obviously I'm going to invest in blacksmithing and armoring for armor, heavy armor. And so that's the type of stuff you want to deal with. In his case, he's a weaver, so he's going to make a lot of robes, shit for like mages, shit like that. Alright, so let's go back to Limsa, because we're pretty much done on this side. Also, that aetherite I just used, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Fisherman's Guild. If you ever want to be a fisherman, that's where you start. So we got a green check mark. Let's go and turn this in. Alright, so even when you start a mission, when you start it, you finish it. The first part that says 50, those are your experience points. And then the coin is how much coin you get, you know, finishing it. And you even see it pop up. So you see that 100% under the EXP? At the bottom, that's like rested EXP. A lot of times you might see a blue mark, a blue part of your line that goes a little further out. Yeah. That's your rested EXP. If you stop and you cut the game off in a certain town, or where there's a sanctuary is, or rested area, you get rested EXP, which is basically just extra EXP for what you're doing. Just another way to help you level up faster. Alright. Alright, so we are going up. Now, we were just on the lower decks of Limsa, so we're going up to the second floor of Limsa. So this is where you have more missions. This is where the culinary guilds are. I believe this is the culinary guild. Yep, this is the culinary guild. So food in this game is pretty important because it gives you buffs. Mostly all the buffs are pretty much 3% experience buffs, but they also gives you buffs to like your I got another mission. It gives you buffs to your attributes as well.
So players have played like something like Monster Hunter, so a little bit like that too.
Yeah, sorta. Yeah, pretty much. I think the difference is that the food is not as complicated in the sense where I have to go back to damn camp to get food. You can have more than a few pieces of it. You run out, just eat more. You know, it's in your inventory already. That guy's a ninja. And so you can try on this gear. He's level 21, so he hasn't too long ago been a rogue. Now, the one thing you can know is that if anybody's a rogue, they have another class, because you have to get a certain class here, like up, in order to unlock that, at least to level 10. And so if you want to see just kind of what I am naked as hell. So all right, you want to draw them out, and this is how the rogue, you know, stance looks. Yeah. As soon as you become one, people went batshit crazy when they saw it because it was so different. And I was like, oh shit, that's a ninja. So everybody was just losing their fucking mind. And rogues are still cool. They run like Naruto, like ninjas, like Naruto characters. Yeah, so they even got the Rasengan deal going on, and so yeah, ninjas are pretty hot. I don't see them too much in raids though. Most people just stick to bards and I don't know, I guess mage classes. So I don't know. I'm pretty versatile. I play a little bit of everything. So yeah, I don't really have a master class. But if I had to pick one, it would probably be a samurai. Alright, but this is the Warriors Guild, or the Marauders Guild. This is where, you know, that's the guild master, and that's our starting quest. And so as you can see, that's the one with the fireball, so that's our main class, our main quest right now. And let's pick up his other one. So this guy, and anywhere you go, regardless of what job you are, whoever you're talking to will tell you exactly about what the job is, and that's all she's doing. She's just telling you about the history of
being a tank.
Yeah. Alright, so we get food for this, which you see the stats there, not very high. I mean, the food gets to where it gets extremely great. I mean, it can be a game changer. But right now, we're just trying to get that food so we can get that 3% experience. So this guy, we get a cutscene, and you'll get this cutscene in any job, any quest that you get. Yeah. Alright, so again, this is the same thing. He is just telling you about the art of the class, the history of it. He'll ask you, hey, you really want to do this? Yes. Obviously. Yeah. I mean, you don't have much of a choice. It's your only class. Yeah. And so what he does is he says, okay, you really want to be that? We'll prove it. Go outside the city and go slay these rats. Go kill off some stuff. And so that's the mission we basically just got. Yeah, just go kill off some little stuff just to kind of get yourself in that, you know, ready for what's to come. There is also a sprint button. So these controls, you know how this works already. And so you got a sprint button. Doesn't last too long. Back in the day, sprint used to last 20 seconds. It still does, and it would also be back within like 25 to 30 seconds. But for some reason, they moved it up to a minute. And so it takes a whole minute now for this shit to come back.
Must have been crying about like the short length that you can be running.
I don't know, but you can only run 20 seconds, and you still gotta wait 30 extra seconds for it to come back.
No, you can wait a minute.
You have to wait a minute. Yeah.
Oh, I think you said you can run for a minute.
No, you used to only have to wait 30 seconds because sprinting doesn't really, you know, it's sprinting. It's not no big advantage over anything. Yeah. I'm not sure why they made that a thing, but whatever. Alright, so if you notice how these are redded out, which means we have to, obviously there's a certain criteria we can't meet. We have to be level 4. Yeah. In this case, I believe it's the same thing. Yep, level 4. I'm trying to make sure I am attuned to everything. I'm going to go out this way and see. And so another thing, if you hit square twice, you'll pull up this map. You can also see, you know, what's out, what else is left. So we got 2 more aetherytes to attune to. Wait, no, we just came from here, didn't we? But I got missions up there. even though I just came from there. So we gonna sprint again. And you can also sprint with your weapon out. You can see that cool, you know, run animation.
Started running fast.
Yes, that is also correct. Sprinting, that's what it was. So sprinting used to use TP, which is what the physical characters need in order to execute their actions.
Okay.
Obviously, it's MP for mages. And so they got rid of the TP penalty because that it used to be a mistake. People used to hit sprint on accident a lot. And so they got rid of the TP penalty, but they gave us that minute-long cooldown.
Yeah, cool.
I guess that's why it happened.
Cajun must be playing this game.
Yeah, me, Cajun, Trevor, and a lot of other friends, they've been playing this game now for 3 to 5 years. And so
Amazing.
yeah, this game has, and we're still playing it. Like, it has not stopped. Like I said, it is in a bit of a drought right now, just because when there's not a whole lot going on and you kind of, you know, satisfied and you're not really interested, then obviously it becomes something that's, you know, you're not as interested in and you want to go play other games. And that happens. That's kind of why we started our FC, because we're not going to kick anybody out who does what we do, who plays games on, you know, just like we do other games. And in most FCs in this game, a lot of them tend to have a problem with the fact that if this is not the game you're playing every day, then they'll kick you out of the FC. And we got tired of that happening to us, so we started the FC. We started our own FC for people who like to play other games, you know. But obviously, if you're gone, you haven't logged into the game in a year, we're going to kick you. I mean, at that point, you haven't played in a year, you're not playing. You're done at that point. You're just taking up space. So, alright. We are, I think I got one more mission somewhere. Oh, actually I need to go right here. I need to get to the app castle. I believe that's my last Aetherite. So once we get that, I grab those missions and turn whatever I need to turn in. We'll head outside the city, and that's where that starts.
Fetch work right now.
Basically, turning in shit. And in this, we're supposed to be the warrior light. We're going to destroy and kill many things.
Yeah.
This is pretty much all we're gonna fucking do is fetch work.
Yeah.
The entire game. And it's annoying because it's like I'm a fucking warrior of light, and I'm
just doing fetch work.
I'm just doing fetch work. This is all you're doing.
It's crazy.
Is the stupidest thing ever. It's like, you know what, I will fuck all of y'all. How about y'all do my bidding? You know what I'm saying? How about y'all level up my jobs? Yeah, like it becomes, it's funny, but it's annoying. Yep, staying up to, yep.
Staying up till 5 a.m. trying to beat the T5.
Oh my god. So T5 was we fought Twin Tania, which is one of Bahamut's minions. And that back then, this was 3 years ago. This is back when Bahamut was the end-all be-all raid. And we beat T5 that day. We actually beat, that's what brought us all together, like he said. And we all been cool ever since.
That's the great part about gaming, is like when you do something like such a great, big accomplishment.
Yeah. And so this is how you know when you've attuned to the Aetherite. It tells you that, hey, you've attuned to the Aetherite, that's cool. And it gives you more access to the other Aetherites. And see, this dude just sent me an invite. But you see his armor though, he's a warrior just like we are.
Yeah.
And so this is the kind of, you can glamour weapons as well.
Yeah.
So if you got a weapon you don't like, you can glamour it into something else. And this is what he looks badass. Holy shit, he looks badass. I'm wearing that armor on my character actually. But again, decline, because we don't need it. It's not something we care about. This is not what this is about.
Yeah.
So, the music you're hearing, so the music you're hearing is not the normal music in this area, but there is an event. The Moon Fair event is going on right now, and so it's playing some. Oh, that Moogle is also where we're getting. I'll get to that stuff. I will get a few things out that I need to get though.
Right.
I'm not gonna get it all. I'll do that off stream or whatever. Alright, we are looking for, I got a lot of mounts and stuff too. When you're able to ride your chocobo, you'll be able to use these same mounts as well. These are the Fantasias. I'll grab those. What I'm looking for though is some earrings that help with the experience. I'll grab that too. That's pretty dope gear. We also have Cloud Strife's gear from Average Children.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So there's that. I'll grab some. Like I said, I'll grab some of this stuff.
It's coming from the other characters, right?
Just yeah. This is account-wise stuff that I'm receiving. So it don't matter if I made a character, which character I'm on. Oh, there's the Cloud Strife gear. Okay. Okay, some of this stuff I might be clicking X too fast, and so a lot of this shit's not going through like it should. Those are the earrings I'm looking for, and that's a Squall from Final Fantasy VIII. That's his gear.
Yeah. Leon, Squall. We in here making great content.
Amazing content.
What y'all doing?
That one Adam Sandler and Chris Rock movie.
Oh shit! Right.
It's just hilarious.
Adam Sandler, the football one?
No.
Adam Sandler and Chris Rock?
They got one where
is it called The Longest Yard? Or is that
this one
something?
is when they kids are getting married to each other.
Yeah.
Fucking hilarious.
Huh.
Who's still in here, Cajun?
Yeah, Cajun's in here. I'm always down for some. Well, I got shit food down. I can take that to work tomorrow or something though.
Yeah, Sean?
I'm hungry as fuck.
You hungry as fuck, for real?
I'm drunk as fuck.
Yeah, me too. So shit. And I'm sitting here. I'm learning shit though. Like this shit is amazing. I'm really learning about the class that I should have been doing.
That's all it takes, bro. Like, nigga, it took me what I did when I first started the game.
Yeah.
I sat down and I watched so many fucking videos on how to play certain classes.
Right.
I was like, what class fits me the most?
Right.
And that's when Bard, like, Mac can tell you Bard is like my shit. Like, go
This nigga, he ain't just a bard. This nigga is the bard.
Yeah.
Like there's a different. Like Cajun is also this bard is also Cajun's main. These are the two best bards we got. Period. Nobody can out DPS. E-Stop got a cheat button. That's why.
Check out Trevor on the My Ninja Gaming channel, man.
Yes, sir.
Podcast.
E-Stop Games. And we gonna put on
Check 'em out.
this Cloud Strife gear though.
Got some gameplay coming apparently. That
Oh,
surprised
So
me.
we got these.
I was like, damn.
We got these Alamegan earrings, which this boosts all our stats.
What's the closest pizza?
Domino's.
Which one?
It's up to you, dog. It makes us no difference. We just out here chilling. I'm fucking around and not go to work tomorrow. Fuck around.
I need to
Oh shit. The one on
It's like right up the street.
Rondo Mills West?
Yeah,
Yeah?
that's it.
Alright, I'm gonna get all this set up. My man knows what he's doing.
Alright, he'll return with us shortly. He's just getting pizza. He's just getting the grubs. Alright, so we're gonna keep it moving though. We're gonna keep it moving. Let's get outside the city. You know, we look all cool and shit now. Let me see, make sure I turn in all the missions from here, which I have not. And that is in the lower decks. So I need to get back to where those are. Hey, Curtis. One sec. Hey, Curtis. Actually, never mind. I'll show him at some other point. Alright, so what we're doing, we're just turning in some missions that we started, and then we'll head outside to the city. Oh no. So, but there is a first person. It's not great. I won't sit up here and tell y'all it is. It is not great. Oh, your sister got a mission too. I think she'll be our last mission, and then we head out to the city. I think. Unless that dude in the Fisherman's Guild got one too. Which actually I think he does. I think he has one. So the mission from the girl we just spoke with, she wants us to oil these lamps. And so all you're doing is press X near the lamp. He does this little animation deal. Yeah, no. Dismantle for a short time, I think, actually made the target more vulnerable to damage by 10% for like 5 seconds. But they changed it up. I'm not sure why or when. So anytime you see something like this, guys, press X on it. Make sure the arrow is on it. It's going to give you the options. You just press X. Now I don't know how it works for PC players. It's a little different, but this is how it works on PlayStation, because I play this on PlayStation 4. Obviously, right? Got the whole setup thing happening. Alright, so you gotta make sure you don't want to press the buttons too fast, because it will give you that error like I just got. So you gotta be wary of that. So yeah, okay. This is the last one. It is not the last one. Jesus. Alright, what did you just have us do? We need to go to the Armorer's Guild. Okay, which is the Armorer's Guild doesn't have an Aetherite, so you just have to go to the one that's closest to it, which is the Aft Castle. Alright, let's see. Give me 1 second, guys. Alright. Sprint it. Damn, where did that mission come from? Oh, so this mission. The thing about this mission is it's showing you how to use emotes. So whenever you walk into a person, you press X on them, press square, it brings up this little menu here, which you can enlarge by just pressing in the R3 button. So what are we doing? I think we're bowing. Or do we kneel? I think we kneel. Yeah, we kneel. Here we go. And she likes talking shit. You know, she just don't worry about it. When it's all said and done, she can't beat you, even on your best day. And so all of these missions, again, this is all the same stuff in every area, guys. You'll have a mission where you do certain emotes. You know, like I said, it's just all these missions are just getting you familiar with the game before they take you out. Soothe. Wait, what do I do? Rally. Okay. Damn it. By the way, if you are one who likes to use the dance emote, RAs have the absolute worst dance ever of all the races in this game. Alright, that is level 4. And we learned a new move, which is Skull Sunder, which follows up behind our heavy swing. That'll more to come on that in just a few minutes once we go outside and start beating up on stuff. Turn in this mission. Now, notice you'll run into certain missions that have this grayed out. All it means at that point, you have to look up and you have to go here. They're giving you an option. You just need to choose whichever one. Obviously, if you're a mage, you want to choose ethers for your MP at the bottom. But if you're like me and you're physical, you want to just roll with potions. Alright, so there's that. Now, if y'all look over, we need to speak. Do we need to speak with somebody else? Is there someone else to speak to? I need to go back to the lower decks apparently. But where though? Oh, to the Aetherite Plasma, the big Aetherite where we started at. You'll see some goofily dressed up people around here, man. It just happens. Oh, we got a paladin over here using rites of passage or arms of passage, passes of arms, I think that's what it's called actually. To level 70, it's the very last skill they get, and it basically makes them invulnerable to damage. But it nullifies damage from everyone else that's in the area behind him by 15%. And I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you add like the scholars buffs on top of that, it increases it to even more. You know, if the Astro's using certain moves and shit like that, it makes it better. Ooh, I am tired, but I am pushing. Alright, let's see what else we got. Got another mission turning over this way. Now we get to go out. Let's go to Lower Lanasha. I think that's where we're supposed to be. Oh. Alright, we are out. Nope, this is not where I need to. No, this isn't it. This is not the side. I thought it was middle Lenosha, and I think I went to lower Lenosha. Alright, this is where we're supposed to be going. And we got mapping the realm, which is basically happens anytime you step foot in a new area. Y'all excuse me, I'm gonna drink some of this water. This stuff is good for you, it's great. Alright. Okay, so as you can see, a lot of little rodents and just pests around. Those marks above their heads that you see, that lets you know that they are a part of a certain mission. In this case, it's a part of our class quest. And so it stays up there until you take out the amount of that you need to take out, which in our case is 3 for it to go away, but we still have to take out 3 more after that. Alright, so I have my game set up to where I mash R2 and L2 to pull up my hotbar because I don't like it just sitting there. So I like to pull it up first. Now, I use heavy swing into Skull Sunder to make that yellow proc around the box. Because if you just Skull Sunder outside of without using heavy spring, it does nowhere near enough damage. And so you want to heavy swing, get that proc, and then you want to Skull Sunder to get more damage from that proc. And so this is what we're doing, just taking them out right now. And that's it on the wharf rats. We don't need to do any more of those. Now we speed up a couple of these ladybugs. Alright, so we just made level 5. So anytime you make it to level 5, 10, 15, 20, and so forth, you unlock the next class quest for the Realm Reborn. It's every 5 levels. In Heaven's Ward, it's every 2 levels. And in Stormblood, it's after the first 2 levels. Your first one is at like 63, and then it's at like 65, then 67, and then either you have one at 68. It differs. It varies. Really depends on the job you're using and shit like that. Are there any more? What else? Lambs, which are over this way. Got one more. Come here, lamb. Turn that ass into gyro. Alright, so instead of us running back, there's something I'm about to do. So when you are on the regular menu that you will see, because what I did was I took the hotbar off. But if you don't mess with anything when you start the game, your hotbar will always be where it is right now on my screen. I don't like seeing it, so I took it off. But let's say you wanted to go back to Limsa and turn in your mission. You want to just hit that teleport button. You would normally hit the teleport button, but in order, we're going to unlock that, because teleport does not unlock until you tune to more than one city aetherite. The big ones though, because you can't even tune to the little ones without activating the bigger one. Below that is the return button, which you could use to go to the last aetherite that you actually attuned to at first. But we're not going to do that, because number one, the return cooldown is ridiculous. It takes like 7, 8, 9 minutes for it to come back, which is not worth it at all. And so I'd rather just run up here to the nearest city and just save, or tune in right here. Alright, let's see. Alright, tune in. And blue. Alright, now we have the option to teleport, which is good. Really good. So let's go back. Now, as you can see, we only got stuff for where we've been, which unlocks as you go. Alright guys, I'll be right back. Alright, we are back. What was I doing? Oh snap, I gotta go to lower, what is it? I gotta go to lower than Ocean anyway. I gotta slay something else that's over there. I just like going to the middle first so I can run right over to the aetherite, because in Lower than Ocean, the closest aetherite is actually like, it's a good walk or so from here. So I just like going the middle first, because it's just quicker to unlock the teleport option. It's a good old Fate. We won't mess with those yet. But a Fate is just basically you. Okay. I guess we are going to mess with these first. Cool. Fates are basically just you beating up bunches of monsters within a set time. You want to try to get it done before the Fate is over. When you're done, you get like, a bonus amount of Fate or whatever, or experience rather. They got 8 minutes. I might as well show everybody how it works. Lord. Y'all gonna stop snatching me. Oh! What the shit? No, I'm gonna try to. Oh well, never mind. Wow. There we go. There's the level up. And we have learned Berserk, which is our damage buff cooldown, which will definitely come in handy. Alright.
There.
I'm usually asleep by this time. Or maybe in the bed. I'm in here. I am. Y'all all going for the piece? Alright, that's the end of that. Now, as you can see on the side, we got all the missions done. So let's go turn all those joints in, and I think I'm gonna probably end it in the stream right there. And then, you know, tomorrow or whenever I start again, I'll just pick up where we left off. Won't mess with nothing too much. I think that'll be a good spot to end it. How long it's been going? An hour and 12 minutes. Let's go to the Marauder skill. Let's do that first. Oh crap. Trying to make me one of these tacos real quick. Multitasking at its finest, which is failing miserably, by the way. Okay, so the hunting log, it's basically pretty much what it says, or what it is. The hunting log has a list for each class of monsters out in the field to kill, and as you kill these monsters, you gain experience. The monsters level up as you level up your character, so it's another good, it's just another way to get your experience up really good. Well, it's at the Culinarian's Guild, so let's go there and turn this one in. Alright, just turning in stuff. We're getting gear, which I'll put on at some point. And we are level 7, my boy. Alright, let's grab this one mission from her. And we have... for me. Trying to. Alright, let's go to Summerford Forums first. How about that? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so what's basically just happened, we are pretty much done with the city stuff. We've gotten to the second city. We've gotten what looks to be a good amount of gear, even though this shit's all pink, but it's cool. So alright, I'm gonna end this right here. I'm gonna pick back up on this. We made it out the city. We've gotten to a good spot. So yeah, this is the first part of the series for 14. This is your boy Sir Mackleton Fauntleroy the Third Esquire, and I am signing out, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.